We all live, planet Earth. Sunshower Rose here. So, gosh, I have no idea how long this is going to go. I was planning to just, talk a little bit about my art, talk maybe 15 minutes, but ideas kept rolling in my head as they are wont to do often. So you're going to get kind of a background of at least since I was around the age 14, 15, 18, the kinds of things that inspired me, why I ended up being kind of I have a forte that's water-based. So, watercolors, acrylics, gouache, airbrush, yeah, anything other than oils. Don't like oils much. So, gosh, I think there's a few people here, but if you can hear me, please say something in the comments so that I know you can hear me. That'd be great. So, no, I don't think it's going to go just 15 minutes, but if I talk fast, well, we'll see how it goes. Let's see. All of us can draw and paint and stuff. We just kind of forget how, or somebody squashed us, not literally, but they squashed our own inspiration and our own creativity, often at a young age. I do remember when I was 7 and I was drawing some stars, well, they sounded like this as I drew them on the page, and I guess I interrupted the whole class, and my teacher said, "Stop that, you're making too much noise." So that kind of comment and anything other than encouraging can just stifle a person the rest of their lives. And unfortunately, people say to me, "Well, I could never draw." Well, you did draw when you were a kid. You probably drew, at least hand painted, painted with your hands. So it is too bad that folks find art intimidating. It's not intimidating, just have to let go. Let go, that's a really good term right there. So when I was like 14 is when I started noticing that I could actually draw. And I remember I drew my own face looking in a mirror, and I was pissed off at my mother, so it looks like this. And I drew some other pictures of myself looking in the mirror. And yeah, I have kind of a knack for faces. And now at this age, I've probably drawn, I think this is an underestimate, about 50,000 faces in my lifetime, from portraits to caricatures to, and then I love dance. I love to draw the figure as it's dancing, females especially, because they have this flowing clothes, and it's really cool for me. I love to catch, they call it the drapery. They love to catch the drapery as it's in motion. Yeah, I like to show motion well. Set the rate higher, what? Frame rate. I don't know how to do it. Learn more. Uh-oh, I think I just lost you. Oh dear. Well, I'm going to keep going. Learn more. Well, I'll just keep going and see how this goes. So definitely, sketching is kind of a big deal, and to just draw every day, if you can, more than once, more than one little drawing a day, that's good. So it's still telling me about this low frame rate. Learn more. What in the world? Let's see. What does it say? What does it say? Troubleshoot. I don't know what all this is. How am I supposed to fix this? Choose from the following bitrate options. Well, I don't know which to choose. Jeez. Yeah, right in the middle of having a nice little chat with you. I'm supposed to learn more. Well, I'll just keep going. Unless you could give me a comment that says this just isn't working, then I'll stop and I'll do it another day. So can you write me a comment? Because I think there's a comment area, right? Okay, well, nobody's commenting and I don't know what to do, so I'm going to just keep going. So sketching. So a good friend recently said, well, when you go and do these live presentations, even show your sketches and stuff, not just your fine pieces. So I'm just going to show you, like, you know, some of my sketching that I've done over the years. This is not like when I was a teenager. This was more recent, you know, in the last 15, 20 years. And then something like this. I hope you can see this stuff, can you? Please let me know if you can see it. And then little paintings that I do kind of quickly. This kind of thing took me maybe, I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes. And then, of course, when I was in high school, I had a really wonderful teacher that showed me a lot about watercolor, and that really has stuck with me. So, and acrylic, yeah, both. So what I have to show you is starting. I have these all numbered, and oh, by the way, everything that I'm going to show you that's numbered is on my website, which is collaborativeartworks.com. collaborativeartworks.com. And there I created a page called Just Gettin Goin. And that's how I feel too. It's like I'm just getting going. Tell others about clicking videos. I don't know what that means. What do you mean, click videos, Kim? I'm not sure what that means. So I better get moving along, you know, or else this is going to be forever. So here's something I did when I was 18 years old. And I know it's got glass over it and it's hard for you to see. But basically, oh gosh, that's really bad. How about if I point it down a little bit? Yeah, there we go. That's an acrylic, and it's a deer in the forest. And it was done when I was 18. So, you know, I knew I could paint. I enjoyed it. And so I just kept on going. And often life gets in the way, and, you know, you do silly things like get married or have a kid, and then you just don't paint for a while. So the next one I'm going to show you, I did it when I was probably 24 or so. This one, let's see, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to come up, and I'm going to just show it to you like so. Because if I go way, way back, I'll knock everything else over that I have going here. Which way? There we go. So I just call it Praying Girl, and it's done in acrylics on a canvas board. And then the third one I'm going to show you is called Kissin' Kids. And here it is. The original was done in pencil. So it doesn't look like it's pencil here because of the way it was reproduced. So again, you can see it much, much better on my page called Just Get Going on my site, Collaborative Artworks. Let's see. You know, I knew that I loved to draw faces, as I mentioned to you. And oftentimes my daughter was the victim of all my pictures. I was hold still, especially when I was learning caricatures. But here's a little set that I did of my daughter when she was quite young, right? And then as she grew a little bit older. Yeah, all pencil. Yeah. So that kind of stuff takes a while, you know. Sketches can take just minutes. Something like that can take hours, days if you if you go off and do other stuff in between. The next piece I'm going to show you, it's out in the living room. It's called Sandpipers on Aqua. Can you give me a second? I can actually go get it really, really fast. Hang on. Sandpipers on Aqua, did it in 1978. Okay, I'm coming back. And here it is. Yeah. So it is done on a wrap kind of a canvas. So you can see, I think you can see, I just have to learn how to turn stuff here to show you. Oh, that way. Okay. So yeah, wrapped canvas. So it's painted on all sides, top, bottom, and the sides. And that's when I was still into super realism, you know. So it is an acrylic and it was done on a canvas. They call it a wrapped canvas. Okay. Next one I'm going to show you was quite a bit later. This one was done in 1987, and it's called Stepping Out. And it was actually quite predictive of my moving to Sedona, Arizona, because it was quite a big deal for me to just sort of step out from what I was familiar with in California and go to Sedona, Arizona. Okay, so you can see on my website what materials I used. As I said, I'm mostly watercolor, but I also illustrate in, you know, graphite colored pencil, ink. Those are the main things. And next thing I'm going to show you is actually a giclée of an original that was done in around, about the same time, 89 and 90. I think maybe more like 90. Yeah, because I was already in Sedona when this piece was done. It's called Hopi Mask of the Four Directions. And so originally, yes, on paper, and this is on paper, as you can see, and it has deckled edges, which I really love. Deckled edges are really cool. So this is actually a reproduction. A giclée is like a museum quality reproduction of an art piece. Then I am going to show you, before I go on, show you some more. Oh, by the way, these numbers that you're seeing on the pieces, that's the way they're numbered on my website, Collaborative Artworks, at the page Just Gettin Goin. And I also have a pricing page, so if you choose, you can choose what size you want. If you want it on paper, if you want it on canvas, if you want it on metal, there's lots of choices. So you think about what size you'd like, you know, where it's going to hang and like that. And then I'm on both Venmo and PayPal. So you can just drop me a line through my Facebook page, private message me, or just go to my website, Collaborative Artworks, and you can even find my phone number there and give me a buzz. We can talk about it. Okay, so what I was going to tell you next was, let's see, by the time I went back to school and got my fine art degree, Bachelor of Fine Art, and that was in 82. So around that period, I was quite active and I did a lot of life drawing. That's what really, really helped me get down with the dancers and stuff, make sure the proportions are right, you know, hands, legs, faces, like that. And so I did a lot of sketches, like before I would do a completed piece. So I thought I'd just show you kind of some of my steps, you know. Hang on. So like, for instance, this was a commercial piece that I did for a lady. And so that's even kind of cool because it's the lady herself practicing with her gym clothes on, and then she becomes this ballerina, right? So that's a nice progress right there. So I had just found photographs. I don't have them to show you, but like, you know, this is a sketch before I took it to the final. And here's a more of a final sketch. And I even, because the face was kind of small in that picture, I actually projected it bigger. I was still using at that time an opaque projector. So that's how I got the facial features pretty well defined. Also, let's see, around around the time I went back to college to get this degree, I also learned caricatures. And so I'm going to show you just a few caricatures, you know, in the fashion that I used before I went digital. So this is going to be a series, you know, just getting going. I am just getting going, and there's been a whole bunch in between and after the times that I'm showing you. So this is just like the first of a series. So when I was still like painting people's faces from photographs, or, you know, I also drew at many events, and watercolor and ink. That was the way I went. So here's a caricature. And though you probably cannot see the face very well that I took it from, this is the little girl, and that's the photograph from which I drew. So isn't she cute? So I guess she wants to be an artist. So I have her with her little palette and her little brush, and she's going to town. So then I thought I'd show you like a male type face as well. Here's a guy. But he doesn't have a little body. See, it depends on how people pay me and stuff as to how much detail they get. So there's what I drew it from. Again, I was using an opaque projector to get the details just right. And here's another lady that does have a body, a small body. So big head, little body. That's the thing about caricatures, right? And here's the photo from which I drew. So I do my best to compliment people. And it's always fun to just make up a face here and there, you know? So like, I don't know if you might know who this is supposed to be. Please just put it in the comments if you know who this is. The stream didn't show on your Facebook page. I clicked videos under filters on the left. So that's real interesting. Well, I do hope this is recorded because I want it for posterity. So then again, I was kind of doing my commercial thing. One thing that happened in my favor was I ended up designing the City of Sedona logo. And I won it as Sunshower Designs. The city fathers didn't know what to do with my name. So they named me Sunshower Designs. Yep, Einstein, you got it. And so here's, you know, the logo in color. And that's like from the original drawing. And it's also on my website. And here's something that's also on my website, is kind of a new derivative of the city logo done with airbrush and airbrush in Photoshop. So it's digital. I wasn't going to show you anything digital, but here I am. I just got a message. Oh, yeah, I hope it's recorded. Yeah. Another thing around the time of, when I was still going back to school, you know, at like age 30, the college itself hired me quite a bit during the time I was there, and then after, when I had a studio. And they wanted to show the 4 years, you know, of their college, and how people progress and how they don't necessarily know what they might do a major, but they change the major, and then they're not maybe sure until they're a senior really what they're going to do with themselves later. So I'll try and show you this whole thing at a distance here. So the top left is like people, a couple that, well, a man and a woman that are just lines. And then like their second year, they're understanding a little bit more of where they want to go. And then the third year would be like so. And then the fourth, yeah. Oh, okay, I know where I'm going to go and what kind of occupation I want to do. So that was a very fun commission to do something like that for the college. I did quite a bit for them. It was really neat. I really enjoyed that. I loved all the student art shows. I kept winning prizes and stuff because I was called an adult reentry student. And so it was cool for me. I really enjoyed myself when I went back to school. Let's see. So around that time, like just after I came to Sedona in '87, people got a whiff that I could do commercial type stuff. And I've illustrated a few books, and I've made like a coloring book. I think I'll show you the coloring book first. Magic coloring book. And I'll just take it apart here so I don't have to. Yeah, here we go. So the very first page is what you would see on the cover, which had the writing over it. So this is just a line drawing of a painting that I did called Girl with Geese. And so it's kind of fun because if you have a line drawing and you sell just a print of a line drawing, then people can paint it in any way they want, and hence the coloring book idea. And here we have this interesting elephant standing on a tree. And here we have this little boy with his umbrella and his raincoat and rain hat, and he's walking on some mailboxes. And those clouds that you see, I call those hard line clouds. And they can be colored any way you want, right? There's like an iguana kind of guy in like maybe Peru. And oh, this is kind of fun. Here we got a monkey, and he's near some monkey bars where the kids are playing. Yay. That was a very fun project for me. Another thing that I did was for Hughes Aircraft in California. It was for their child care program that they had going for their employees. And I'm not sure if I'm going to show you every single picture, but I'll show you a couple here. So here's like it was a circus type of theme. So there's all in pencil, a bear on his like unicycle on a trapeze. Here's some seals. Yeah, and here's a horse and the clown guy. Oops, which way? Yeah, this clown shows up in a few of the pieces that you see. Yeah, more fun projects. Oh, here's a good one. This was like for vegetarian people. So it's a cookbook that I got to play with the shape of various foods, vegetable type foods. So in the Chinese section, here's some vegetables that would be used in a Chinese recipe. I'm going to look for my very favorite one. It has an avocado in it. My favorite one. Okay, let's see if we can find it here because I have tabs, French, we got French, yes. German. And Greek, yes. Want to see the Greek one? There's the Greek folks. But let's see if I can't find the one with the avocado. Mexican. Okay, where is it? Interesting. Well, it should be this one then. Well, it sure isn't. Man, where's my avocado guy? Okay, I'm not going to take your time and have you sit there while I come through a book that I haven't seen for 20 years. I'll just show you one more that's French, the French cuisine. There. Totally fun. So yeah, I can do cartoons. It's not my top priority in life, but I can do them. Okay, keeping on going. Story time is next. Okay, so we're kind of going forward in time. So this one was done in like 96. And it's number 6 on, as you go into my website. Here comes story time. I have to have it at an angle because of the reflections in the window ahead of me there. There's the grandpa gnome. Sorry about the glass, but if you go to my site, you'll be able to see it a whole lot better. And a lot of these pieces, including this, have writings that go along with them too. And yeah, I'm going to get to that actually as the series progresses. I might even read you one or two of what's called Sunshower's Art Speaks. Then comes surprise. So here's surprise, again on paper. Mostly I work on paper. And this is actually a reproduction because the original was done on white paper, just like what you're seeing here. So here it is, number 7. And it's, again, if you go to my website, you'll see the materials that I use, but I use the same kind of stuff over and over again because that's what I'm more proficient at. Okay, then, surprise then. Oh, Color Me Sedona. Well, this is a little out of sequence time-wise because I think I did this within the first year that I was here in Sedona. Came here in 87. So this was probably around 88 or so. And this is a print of the original. And again, it was sort of meant to be like a coloring book. So I sell these prints with these hard lines and color them in any way you want to. And I thought I'd show you an example of how it could be colored. So there's the colored pencil that I used. And I like the idea of the color just being in the middle, but a person could color all this stuff in if they felt like it. And then sometimes people see things in the clouds. So I did that too. I put a lady sort of floating around and she has like dolphins with her. Hey Paulette, how's it going? All right, so we're almost done here. Color Me Sedona, and then I'm going to take you to 2008. I did a bunch of stuff in between, but you'll see that in another one of my series called Just Gettin Goin. And for the sake of whoever just joined, you can see all these pieces on the page called Just Gettin Goin on my site, Collaborative Artworks. Collaborative Artworks, emphasis on the word works, because collaborative art does work. So here's a final piece to show you. This was done in, I think, 08, and it's called Gold Panner. So again, mostly watercolor, some colored pencil and ink. Let's see. Oh, hey, I did this in under a half hour. That's not too bad. So I hope you enjoyed what I've shown you today. And as I do more with this series, I'll become even more confident, and maybe I'll have this resolution thing resolved that Facebook's telling me the current frame rate is too low. Please set the frame rate to 10 to 60. And I'm getting a call, but I'm not understanding why. I'm still talking on the Facebook thing. Hi, Judy.
Oh, I don't see it at all.
Okay, well, I'll call you back. All right, so I'm going to let you go now. And I really hope this thing was recorded too. I'm guessing that Facebook has that figured out. I don't see anywhere where it tells me to record, but I think I see a little button here that probably means that. So I'll let you go, and thank you so much. Oh, thank you for your comments, Kim. I really appreciate that. Blessings to you all. I'm thinking about doing this maybe twice a month at 5:30 on Sundays. Oh, well, good thing it's recorded. I know not everybody can be here at that time. But anyway, Sunshower Rose here with Collaborative Artworks, doing the first of a good number of series, live Facebooks in a series through my site, Collaborative Artworks, where you can find the pricing on the pricing page, if that is of interest. And all these pieces that I've shown you that are numbered are also on my website on the page called Just Gettin Goin, because that's what I feel I'm doing, is just getting going. And you can see them by their numbers and a little description. And I can take Venmo, and I can take PayPal, but I don't have a PayPal button on my site. So if you want to talk with me about any piece you'd like to order, please call me. You can find my number on my website, or just private message me through Facebook. Thanks so much. Bye for now.